mute and unmute thing so that if we're presenting it, we'll have less feedback.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are live.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. I'm going to call to order the meeting of the Design and Historic Review Commission for Thursday, June 18th, 2020. The time is now 10:03 a.m. And due to COVID restrictions, we are meeting via Zoom. We do have a quorum present this morning. Thank you everybody for being here. First thing we will look at is the consent agenda, consideration and approval of the May 21st, 2020 minutes. I assume everybody's had a chance to look over those as they wanted to. Does anybody have any changes or comments on those minutes? And if there's none, do I hear a motion to approve? Okay, I think you'll need to unmute.
Yeah, make sure you're unmuted when you're making.
David.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second? Okay, I heard a motion in a second. I think the second was maybe Mr. James. I can't tell from the screens.
Yes, sir.
Okay, motion a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, same sign. Passes, we'll move along. And now for the regular agenda, we have DD 20-11, 109 North Chadbourne Street. A request for downtown district approval of an exterior remodel, new wall mounted lights, a new awning, and an illuminated sign for a property located at 109 North Chadbourne Street. And with that, I will turn it over to city staff. Thank you.
Good morning, Shelley Pascal, City Planner. And the property is located at 109 North Chadbourne Street. They are doing several things: an exterior remodel, and new lights, a new awning, and a new sign.
So we're not seeing the PowerPoint. We're seeing like the program, not the actual, like if you were showing it as a show.
Okay.
There we go.
Can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this property is located within the downtown district overlay. It's within the CBD zoning, within the downtown neighborhood, and it's in District 3, Harry Thomas. And as you're familiar, the downtown district overlay looks at a couple of reasons of the purpose of it is. It's to protect and enhance the city historical and cultural heritage, promote economic prosperity, encourage redevelopment, and protect and enhance the area's attractiveness to visitors. The proposal is consistent with the renovation is consistent with the proposed. This is a photograph of the existing property as it sits today. And this is what they are proposing. The exterior of the building will be this butcher paper dark tan color. And they are proposing new windows to be smoke tinted. However, we do have a condition from city staff that's more consistent with the River Corridor Master Development Plan regarding the windows. And the proposed trim for the windows indoors is proposed to be black. This is the new proposed sketch of the awning, and it will be a metal frame with a tin covering, which will be autumn tan. And these are the proposed new small lanterns. This is looking at the proposed new sign. It'll be kind of maroon in color, say Concho Venue, and it have the white cloud around it. The River Corridor Master Development Plan states that large clear windows, prominent entryways, awnings, and canopies should be used where possible. The proposed new windows and awning will promote the increased activity for the business. And first level windows and doors should be clear and transparent to be consistent with the River Corridor Master Development Plan. And the current proposed as being tinted actually contradicts this. And also, excuse me, signage should be coordinated into introducing bright and more intense colors. The new sign will allow for the public to understand what is the use contained within the building. And we do believe the non-illuminated proposed sign is consistent with the River Corridor Development Master Plan. City staff, we are recommending for the DHRC Commission to approve DD 2011, subject to 4 conditions of approval. The colors, dimensions, and materials shall be consistent with the renderings approved by DHRC. The proposed new windows and doors shall be transparent. That's so that we feel it's more consistent with the development plan. The applicant shall obtain permits from the Inspection Permit Division, and any improvements projecting into the right-of-way shall receive approval from City Council where required. And that's more so the awning and the lights. And that's the end of the PowerPoint. Any questions?
I have a question on the awnings.
Yes, sir.
I guess the top will be black. What's going to be underneath? What color is it going to be? Just open underneath? It doesn't really show.
It's cables. Let me go back to.
Well, yeah, no, it's got a metal frame on it, that 8-inch frame. But so when you look up, what are you going to see? Is it going to have a ceiling in it, or is it just going to be open?
Yeah.
Because normally on a metal ceiling like that, the color's only on one side. The underneath side's probably going to be white.
So would you consider asking, and we could add it as a condition of approval, asking them to paint the underside of it? Are you looking for some sort of like, almost like a ceiling? Like
Well, it's just going to look unfinished. That's my
Yes,
only
sir.
thing. It doesn't really show anything. So you're going to see the underside of that. Looks like our panel or something.
Yeah, what I was thinking of when I looked at it, I was thinking of the ones that are down on the part of the southern part of the block that you have property on. Like there's that.
Yeah,
black.
see, we actually put I put a ceiling underneath all of those. They're not
Okay.
open underneath.
So it's
The
the
only
same
thing
that
about
it's-
that is if you have them open, you're going to have birds and stuff
Mhm.
like that getting up under there. And,
Okay.
I just think that might be an issue at some point.
Yes, sir. So I guess they could have the same, whatever metal that she said that the top is like a tan metal. That same metal could be the bottom as well.
Yeah, I think it needs to be enclosed.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little different than like a cloth awning, because on a cloth awning, you really don't have anything wide enough for something to build something on. But on that particular deal, you would.
Okay.
I just think it needs to be enclosed.
Okay. So, I mean, that's definitely a condition that we could add on there, that they have to enclose the bottom of the awning with some sort of ceiling, maybe to match the roof or something to that effect, so that y'all.
Yeah, they could do that, or there's all kinds of stuff you can do. You could put wood under it, or but I just think aesthetically it would look better.
I don't think, I mean, Shelley, you haven't talked to him, or I haven't talked to him as recently as you have. I don't think that will be a huge issue with them. And they may have had a plan. We may just not have known to ask the question correctly. So.
Yeah. I mean, that would be my only recommendation. Everything else to me looks good.
Okay.
And it might be even, let me share this one more time. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
This is showing just to be a rod and the metal here.
Mm-hmm. So what he's saying is those 2x8.
Yeah, it would be underneath where it says 2x8, 14 gauge rectangular framing.
Uh-huh.
It'd be underneath that part of it.
Yeah.
Because the R panel or whatever he's going to do is going to be on top, and then the rods will, there's obviously nothing there. So it's actually just on the bottom of that frame,
Okay, okay.
which, you know, he could use the same material. I think it would look good under there.
Well, if
Okay.
you're okay, you know, maybe making a condition where staff could work with them to come up with a ceiling for the awning, I think we could make that work.
Okay.
Do we have a street view again by chance?
I do.
Yeah, and James, if you're muted right now, so if you have a question, you may have to unmute your mic.
What are the, yeah, okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I have a question, having owned some buildings down there, and it's not as critical in this one because it's on the west side of the street. But having owned some on the east side, being tinted, there are some buildings that were pre-tinted down there, and it's applicable on this side. But I can tell you, and Lenny can probably tell you that on the west side, the west sun becomes unbearable without some kind of either tinting or some kind of curtain or something in the summertime. It just gets unbearable. That almost lasts.
Yeah. And I don't think we're totally against the tint of the glass. We just want to be able to see through it. So, and John may be able to speak more to that. It does talk about clear and transparent in the River Corridor Master Plan. But, you know, if it is a condition where it just will help the heating and cooling of the building, I don't know that we're totally against it. The main thing I think was the being able to see in and see the activity inside the building. So,
Well, so on.
Yeah, because I think some of that stuff, that tinting that they may be talking about, has that mirror finish on it where you don't actually see through it. But, you know, standard glass is going to have some kind of a small coating, a tinting on it anyway. They usually don't even have something that's totally clear. But I agree. I think what the River Corridor is saying, you can't have the mirror finish on it where you actually can't see through it, which is really tinted.
So how is the condition written on that issue?
Shelley, can you read the current one on the transparent, the glass being transparent?
Yes.
And I don't know if you know that you need to put it back on the screen if you'll just read it to us.
The proposed new windows and doors shall be transparent.
And it'll be explained to them that that means it can be tinted. You just have to be able to see through it.
Yes, sir. We can work with them on that.
Okay.
I think David's right. We just don't want it to where you can't see through the window. If they want it to kind of look like a smoky brown color, I don't think that's a problem. It's just when you walk by, we want to be able to see activity in the building.
Right.
I was kind of trying to see what the color of the building is next to it. I'm placing the building in my head, but I'm just not quite sure. And if I remember, I was kind of thinking that building it's a lot brighter than everything else around it.
And there is a huge tree. I actually have the screen or the Google Street View pulled up on my screen here. So this is the building we're looking at. Again, this is the Business Resource Center and their parking lot. So here's our
Right.
building.
That's what I was thinking, was because that the building continued down there where the resource center is and all that. Everything is kind of darker, and then everything prior to it is kind of darker. If I remember, this building kind of just stands out really bright. And I was just kind of curious what the what the regulations were there. I mean, to begin with, trying to keep consistency.
Well, and I don't think we're looking for, I'm trying to say this, but I don't know that consistency is the right word of what we're looking for. We want them to be compatible. So, you know, if one building is brown and one building is rust colored red and one building is, we're okay with those colors as long as they're all kind of compatible and within this neutral kind of tone. So we did not see a problem with the colors. it's gonna be in line with several of them in this area that are kind of this tan color.
Well, and in contrast to that, those buildings that I think the museum owns on that, would that be Oak Street, that are different colors, pastel colors. I think that's pretty intriguing for inviting the city to bring in several different colors there. Just some of the unique build there too. Thought that'd be on the south side of the river.
Okay. Are there any further comments by the commission at this time? And anybody submit any public comment that we need to go into now?
No.
No, sir.
And the applicant, are they, I guess they're not logged on. They didn't have any input. So then do we need to go to motion now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, Commissioner Mazur, with what he's added, does that need to be read into as a
Yeah, if he would, if we would like to make a motion to approve as staff presented with an additional condition for a ceiling, I guess is the best way to put it, under the proposed awning.
I can go ahead and make a motion.
Yes, sir, if that's what you want to.
Yeah, I make a motion to approve as presented by staff, with one exception, that staff would work with the applicant to put some kind of a ceiling in the upper canopy on the new canopy.
I second that motion.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve DD 20-11 with change in stipulation. All in favor, please say aye, and I guess maybe raise your hand because there's some audio things that happen.
Aye.
Aye.
And any opposed, same sign. All right, looks like that carries. Do we have a division report?
I don't have anything today from our division. I will say from the governor's orders, the ability for us to do online meetings was extended for 30 days, which puts us right in the time where we'll need to know about this meeting. So please be aware that as we hear, we will let you know, but it's going to be really close to the time of our meeting. So it's kind of right on the border of whether we'll have an in-person meeting or a Zoom meeting. And these have been going fairly well for us. So I think it was council's direction, as long as they're meeting digitally, they would like for all the boards and commissions to continue to do so as well. So Shelley will keep up with you guys and let you know, but I think this is really, I think it's worked well for us. So I appreciate your time.
Yes, and we do have one case for next month, so we will have a July 16th meeting.
Okay, well, then I guess for now, the official announcement is that the next regular meeting of the DHRC is scheduled to begin on Thursday, July 16th, 2020 at 10 a.m. If it's in person, it'll be in the East Reception Room at City Hall, 72 West College Avenue. And if it is not, the proper notifications will be made. With that, I'll hear a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion, we adjourn.
I'll
I
second.
second it.
And all in favor, and we're out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great
you.
day.
Hey,
You